Hello there, my name is Aaron and I like to scratch build things out of model kits and old toys. I've recently started building my own world called the Dark Universe, where together we will explore a new planet called Plex. I have these two figures which I affectionately call Grapefruit and Paprika, who work at a fast food restaurant on a tiny island surrounded by toxic waste. Now there's no workplace for them yet, so you know what that means. Let's start scratching that build. To start this diorama I need a base, and this tacky feel-good wall hanger will do just a trick. I borrowed it from a friend's house when I went to visit. Strangely, I've not heard anything from them since I visited. Using the last of my ceiling tiles from the bathroom, I cut circles of decreasing size until I was left with a mound. I then proceeded to hot glue them all down onto the base. I sliced grooves into the tiles until I got the texture I was looking for. And then it was on to the fun stuff. A piece of pipe, which can be a waste pipe I guess, is added. Then I stick a lid from a child's drink onto the pipe so it looks like a vent. I still have a little spackle left, which for my UK viewers is very smooth and soft grout. I'll apply this onto the tiles to give it some texture. And yes, I was tempted to lick my fingers because this stuff feels like marshmallow, but that would be silly, so don't eat spackle, kids. Now that it looks like a yummy cake, I tried applying some more texture using this tool. I have no idea where it came from, but I fail miserably, so I just move on. Oops, no product placement please. For the building I use cardboard or cardstock, and I start cutting shapes like I'm Justin Timberlake on the dance floor. This is just going to be the template I'm going to be using as a guide. I have a selection of greeblies and broken model kits I'll use to build the fast food restaurant with. So what I'm doing now is just working out what could go where before I bring out the foam board. Here's a fun fact, that piece that I have in my hands, it was from a failed Thunderbird 5 build. Way back when I had no idea what I was doing with this channel, and basically I still don't know what I'm doing. And this is foam board, which is foam basically sandwiched between two pieces of paper. It's great stuff to use. I cut the shapes I want, then spend an hour trying to pull the paper off. Strangely, I've still not been able to find any easy peel foam board like what you have in the USA. And while I mention countries, will you drop a comment telling me where in the world you're viewing this video from? It'll be interesting to see. Now I have my structure built, I'll use this cardboard that if I carefully peel one side off will reveal the rib side so I can use as a panel. I think it's going to look perfect for the roof. Now this restaurant isn't going to be a 5-star affair. Oh no no no. It's more the sort of place you take a tetanus shot and sign a waiver form before you even eat kind of establishment. It's the kind of fast food shop you would find at 3 AM on a Sunday morning after stumbling out of the pub trying to hail a cab, and you get the hunger for something greasy. With the roof on, it's greebly type, so I'll snip off some bits that would have made a hoverboat and begin sticking them onto my build. That's the service hatch done. And now I'll use some pieces to use as the walkway. And while you watch that, I'm going to name drop some subscribers to the channel, just as a thank you for all their support. If you want a mention, just be a subscriber, like the video and drop a comment. It's that simple. So here's a quick montage of me sticking things to other things, and not hopefully my fingers. That is a piece of broken plane wing that I'm adding as a back panel to the build. So here's a little backstory for this build. Grapefruit and Paprika used to be ooze runners working for the highest bidder. Using their hover bikes, they would transport the stolen ooze until the evil Stansfield, who rules over the planet Plex with an iron fist, caught them. Choosing between a life of working in the mines for Stansfield, they now are delivery drivers for the fast food restaurant, owned again by Stansfield. They're always monitored, but it's a fate far less dangerous than working in the ooze mines in the heart of the planet Plex. We shall no doubt see more of these two in future builds, but for now it's painting time. I made a little mix of Mod Podge and black acrylic paint and went over both models with the paint. So while the paint dries, let's make the hover bikes that I mentioned for these two. And I can feel Morrigan slapping his forehead in disgust of how I painted these two figures. But hey, I'm no miniature painter. I'm trying. So Grapefruit's hover bike is going to be simple. I start with a Kinder toy bike that needs a little makeover and do away with the wheels. Then I'll carefully add some pipes and vents that came from the hoverboat. I really looked out with this bit because those vents were the proper size for the bike, which was a bonus. Then I got another pipe to add to the front end and added another vent, and that was Grapefruit's hover bike done. Paprika's bike was a little more complicated. I used the body of a model helicopter and cut down the tail section to make some sort of, well, to make it look like a bike. Then to cover the gaps I used some more vents just to start to make it look like some kind of hover bike. I found enough small greeblies so I could greeble up the bike, but didn't want this bike to look like anything like Grapefruit's bike, but it came out okay in the end. It would be awesome if you left a comment. Remember to let me know where in the world you're watching from. Also, I have a lot of peepers who are not subscribers. It's free to subscribe, so have a think, and if you leave this code word at the start, I'll know you got here before skipping. And the code word is, let's see you put that down in a funny comment. And we're back to the painting. I hit the rock with a little brown before going back over it with different shades of brown to try and make it look like a rock and not a present a 1-year-old child would leave in their diaper. Failing miserably on that, I decided to go over all the other bits with a little texture of silver, and then just covered that silver up with some more shading. For the restaurant, I went over it in various colours to try and make it look like the place would be the last food stop before hell, or McDonald's if you really want to put a name to it. A disclaimer, these are the comic musings of the narrator and not that of the TBA channel, purely for entertainment purposes only. Bloody hell, let's get this painting done before there's a witch hunt out to cancel me. Quick montage of me slapping paint onto the model. And then once all the painting was done, it was time to attach the model to the base. I attached the worn out sign to the top of the fast food restaurant, and then did some go faster stripes to represent where the hover bikes could land, before adding the hover bikes and Paprika and Grapefruit. And that is close to the end of the video. So as always, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate all your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Remember to leave a comment. Yeah, the glamour shots are next, so until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.